When President Uhuru Kenyatta engineered the takeover of Nairobi County government by the central government, one thing was not very clear: the role Mike Mbuvi Sonko was going to play in the new setup. Because by that time, Mike Sonko was a man under siege. He had been arrested and barred from accessing his office. So his role in that new arrangement was not very clear. And when President Uhuru Kenyatta finally created the Nairobi Metropolitan Service and appointed Major General Mohamed Badi as the Director General, it was clear that Mike Sonko was going to play very little role in the new setup. Because as a matter of fact, the functions which were transferred from the county government to the national government were the critical functions which were being performed by the governor. So it was clear that Mike Sonko was being removed successfully. And today something very interesting also happened. The new Director General held a meeting with all elected leaders from Nairobi County, from the entire Nairobi County. And just like I keep on saying on this platform, that in politics everything is normally planned and executed to achieve particular political objectives. So today I want us to look at that particular meeting and the objectives. But before we do that, if you are bumping on this video for the first time, just take a second or two and hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, you get notified. Now back to the main issue. What was the objective of that meeting? For us to understand the objective of that meeting, let me just go through a few Facebook posts made by various leaders after attending that meeting. Let me start by the post made by Passaris. Passaris saying, grateful to Nairobi Metropolitan Service Director General Mohamed Badi for fruitful discussions earlier today on how interventions by my office and fellow Nairobi MPs will complement government's efforts to shield and caution Nairobi residents from the impact of this virus. Now that's Passaris. Now let me go to Sakaja. And I have my reasons of choosing those guys. Let me go to Johnson Sakaja. What is Sakaja saying? Sakaja is saying, we care about your livelihood and safety. Met with the Nairobi MPs, Nairobi Regional Commissioner, and the Nairobi Metropolitan Services Director General on urgent interventions for Nairobi residents during this period. Our discussions centered on provisions of water. I want you to listen to that. Our discussions centered on provisions of water, food security, and related issues to ensure your safety and well-being. We all know that Mike Sonko was famed for providing water to the residents as an individual, for ensuring food security to them as an individual, and other related issues. Now they are coming together as Nairobians. Is proceeding, there are specific interventions and measures being solidified as we secure funding to the Nairobi Metropolitan Service to ensure public safety and the protection of livelihood for the millions of Nairobians who are vulnerable at this time. That's Johnson Sakaja. And I'm choosing Sakaja. I've chosen Sakaja because he was the senator, but didn't really click on well with Governor Sonko. Passaris, we know how Sonko really messed up with her. Now let me go to the third one, Tim Wanyonyi. And I'm also choosing on Tim Wanyonyi because we all know that Tim Wanyonyi, where's his Facebook page? I'm choosing also on Tim Wanyonyi because Tim Wanyonyi has interest on becoming the governor of Nairobi. Now, Tim Wanyonyi, I can't see. Okay, Tim Wanyonyi did not really make direct post, but his handler called Sunday Timothy W. So this is one of the guys handling his communications, and he's saying Westlands MP Tim Wanyonyi, together with other Nairobi MPs, met with the Nairobi Regional Commander and Nairobi Metropolitan Service Director General Mohamed Abdi on urgent interventions for Nairobi residents. The discussion centered on food security, water, and other services. Basically, almost similar to what Passaris posted, what Sakaja posted, and all this. Now let us go and analyze some of those photos, because it's also very interesting. We need to understand all this background. If you look at the photos which were shared, number one, they are observing the 1 meter. They're observing the 1 meter distance, social distancing. But in these photos, you can see the Director General standing there, and to his left is Johnson Sakaja, and to his right is Passaris, because the two, according to Nairobi's structure, the governor is supposed to be the highest in the hierarchy, followed by the senator and followed by the women rep, because the two represent the county. And then now we have the members of parliament. Again, further after Passaris, there is Georgia Ladwa. Georgia Ladwa was known to be a close ally and sympathetic supporter of Mike Mbuvi Sonko. He is here. Then I can also spot, at the back there, I can spot Babu Owino. Babu Owino is the only member of parliament who stood with Mike Mbuvi Sonko when he was facing some of these challenges. So what message is being sent out here? It means, because power always attracts people, it is now clear that Georgia Ladwa and Babu Owino are now aligning themselves, because politics has changed. They are now aligning themselves with the new leader of Nairobi, because this is now the guy who is going to call the shots in Nairobi. And then next to Sakaja is the Nairobi Regional County Commissioner. I can see Jaguar and I can see KJ. So basically what this has done is that all Nairobi leaders, including the county governor, the central government led by Badi, because Nairobi Metropolitan is now under national government, and the county commissioner, have now joined the Nairobi leadership to discuss matters Nairobi. I don't know why the MCs are not part of this. The speaker is not part of this. Even the majority leader, the minority leader, probably they are going to deal with them at another level. But what message was being sent out to Kenyans, or specifically to Mike Mbuvi Sonko? In my view, the following message was being sent out. Number one is that Nairobi has moved. Nairobi has moved. So Mike Sonko must now be ready to accept that Nairobi has moved on without him. He's no longer the governor. And when these guys decided initially to bar him from accessing his office, this was the game plan. Because he also committed a big problem. Mike Sonko refused to appoint a deputy governor. I'm always believing that had he appointed a deputy governor, Nairobi would not be in this situation today, because probably the central government would have empowered the DG, who would be acting as the governor now, to take over some of these functions. So I blame Mike Sonko. But the fact that these guys met and discussed Nairobi to address specific challenges facing the Nairobians, it means Nairobi has moved on. So Sonko will just play catch up. That's why Georgia Ladwa is here. He's telling Sonko that we have moved on. That's why Babu Owino, a man who has stood with Mike Sonko even when nobody else would have dared standing with Mike Sonko. When Mike Sonko was arrested by the government, who stood next to Mike Sonko? It was Babu Owino. But Babu Owino today is with these guys. So basically, the message is that Nairobi County has moved. And it has moved without Mike Mbuvi Sonko. Because I'm going to try and follow how Mike Sonko is going to react moving forward. Is he going to use the Sonko rescue team to try and counter what these guys are going to do? Or is he going to join it? Again, assuming Mike Sonko had joined this team today, how would have been the arrangement? Because the only thing which was done was that Mike Sonko was not allowed to go to his office. These guys met at KICC. So Mike Sonko was just right in order to attend that meeting, but he did not attend. Probably he didn't want to appear as subordinate to the Director General. So that's the first message. The second message which is being sent out is teamwork. One of the biggest challenges Mike Sonko had in Nairobi was playing solo. And I remember I opined on this platform severally that one of the biggest weaknesses of Mike Sonko was trying to be the only guy doing everything. Because if you do everything as an individual, if you succeed, okay, you can go run away with that credit. But what if you fail? Everything lies on your head. The mere fact that Mike Sonko was not in talking terms and good terms with all these elected leaders from Nairobi was probably a problem that he needed to have resolved. And when I posted my video, I think last week or early this week, about Mike Sonko's, what next for Mike Sonko, I said the best thing he ought to have done during this period was to reach out to some of these leaders, talk to them. If there's a problem they've been having, let them apologize or let them mend fences. Mike Sonko, I don't think he has done that. So these guys are now sending Sonko a message that we can run Nairobi not as an individual, but we can run Nairobi as a team. The women rep, because she has a kitty, there's a way he can fit in. The senator, being the senator of Nairobi, there's a way he can fit in. The members of parliament, they have their unique interest in this particular matter and in Nairobi in general. So there's a way they can also have their input. So that's the message. Someone interfered a bit. That's the message. So previously, what Sonko would have done, in this case, today, he would be going to these constituencies, distributing food or doing what through Sonko rescue team, things which nobody would really understand what Sonko was doing. So he's being told that through teamwork, we can still achieve the same results. Lastly, this meeting has confirmed Badi, Major General Mohamed Badi, as the boss in Nairobi County. A new sheriff is in town. So that's the message which is coming out. Because all these guys have now accepted to work with this guy. And that, I think, was the main challenge. Were they going to accept him? From this meeting, from the photos I've seen, it is clear that these guys have accepted Major General Badi as the new boss of Nairobi County government. So even if Mike Sonko, I don't know what Mike Sonko can do, because this particular arrangement, this takeover, was going to run for 24 months. That's basically 2 years. So by the time it will be ending, Kenyans will already be going for an election. There will be campaigns. So Mike Sonko shall have been reduced. And people were just making jokes the other day that what the government has done to Sonko was that now they have made Sonko a toothless governor. He will only be dealing with the dogs, licensing of dogs, I don't know, and what other service. Because even the critical role of garbage collection is now right in the hands of Major General Badi. So these guys, the message they were sending to Kenyans, and the Nairobians in particular, is that for now, we have done everything. We have done everything, and we've agreed to work together under the leadership of the Director General as the boss. I don't know what you think. Probably you might have a different idea. But from where I am, those are the lessons or the messages which I picked from this particular meeting. I don't know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you're bumping on this video for the first time, please kindly just take a second or two and hit the subscribe button. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. You've supported this channel, and I'm surprised that even as we scale down our activities to allow for this particular virus to be dealt with, the people subscribing, the number of people subscribing at this particular hour has actually increased on this channel. The people viewing videos have actually also increased. So I want to just continue to you guys for your continued support, and the only request I keep on making is that you help me create interactions by dropping your comments or giving the video thumbs up or thumbs down so that we can understand the kind of content which you guys like. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye bye.